We be live. Hi everyone. How's my audio? Let me check if I am streaming on my phone. Guys, make sure you confirm in the live chat that you have liked the stream. Thank you very much. Let me actually check. Yes, everything seems to be working. Yes, there we go. There we go. Fantastic. Yes, people in the live chat, please. Oh, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for confirming that you're liking the stream. I see both Dolly and Alfred are here, and here Alfred is highlighting your comments. Dolly, thank you so much for doing it, designing the cover, the title, and everything. And Alfred, thank you for highlighting other people's comments so that their comments get to be part of the show. I see Dee is here. I see Atheist Damien is here. I see Laurie is here. I see Amika is here. Mr. Taggy is here. Yugish, I don't know how to pronounce that. Jeffrey, fantastic. And thank guys, please mention in the live chat that you have liked the stream so other people get motivated to like the stream as well. So today, my audio is okay. Can you tell me about the quality of my audio? Tell me if it's okay or not. Today, guys, do you know this channel, right? Abba and Preach. It's a very famous YouTube channel. And I think the guy on the right is Abba, right? He is, I think, the most famous ex-Muslim in the world, but he doesn't the biggest YouTuber that is also an ex-Muslim. However, he doesn't talk about Islam much. He doesn't talk about religion much. They usually talk about cultural issues on this channel. These are the two. This is Abba and Preach. It's a very good. They're usually on point with their commentary on cultural issues. So when they talk about religion, we should pay attention because their views, like this is a major channel that a lot of people pay attention to. A lot of people follow them for political, mostly cultural commentary, right? And a lot of their opinions are pretty good. Like these two are really rational. Like when it comes to their analysis, I don't follow them that much because I'm more into politics and religion than cultural stuff. But whenever I did listen to a video, I think every single time I was like, okay, that was on point. So their commentary is usually very, very good. So I was so eager to see. They just recently had a video, and they were responding to this Imam. What's the name of the Imam? Hold on, I forgot the name of Muhammad something. Let me actually go find, because I know Ali Dawah responded to this video as well. So they responded to this Imam, and the Muslim community was so butthurt. Okay, so Mohamed Hoblos is the name of the Imam that they're responding to, right? And the Imam said something that shocked these two, and they were responding to it, and the whole Hoblos, yes. So this Mohamed Hoblos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. Yeah, people are saying I love Abba and Preach. Yes, I love them too. They're fantastic. When it comes to cultural stuff, they are pretty common sense, like rational people, and they're not. Their position cannot be described as right-leaning or left-leaning. Their position could just be described as just rational, right? Like you can see that they're not tribal. They don't try to lean into the red pill community or go the progressives, right? Like there's everything that they analyze is not based on whether they're trying to appeal to the right or to the left or to the progressives or to the red pills community. Everything that they analyze is based on that individual case or whether or not it makes sense, which is pretty good. I really do like them. They're pretty good. So, and again, they don't usually have commentary on religion, and I think they try to avoid talking about religion. So when I saw the cover, them responding to this Imam, I was like, I'm all in to see what they have to say about this Imam. All right, so let's listen to this. Okay, so Alfred, if you see people have some opinions that I need to read, or like criticism of me, or some opinions that would be an addition, that just let me know. By the way, Abba, this guy, the guy on the right he's an ex-Muslim. He used to be Muslim. He's not a Muslim anymore, but he doesn't talk about being an ex-Muslim that much, right? So, but let's now listen to this.
That sells drug, good or bad?
Yeah, Seed is also confirming. Oh yeah, sorry, Alfred. Abba is an ex-Muslim. Yeah, he is an ex-Muslim, but he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't highlight that as much. So so Abba would basically be the world's most famous ex-Muslim. Wouldn't that make him the most? Yeah, I think that would make him the world's most famous ex-Muslim. He's not an ex-Muslim activist, but he is an ex-Muslim.
That sells drugs, good or bad? Bad. How about the murderer?
Wait. It starts right away, so I have to pay attention. This is the one that what is the Imam saying? That's shocking. Let's listen.
That sells drugs, good or bad? Bad. How about the murderer? How about the one who commits adultery, zina? What about the one who rapes a child? What about the one who drinks alcohol? Good or bad? This person, one person that commits all of these sins, he commits all of these sins on a daily basis, but he prays, is better in the eyes of Allah than the one that doesn't commit any of these sins but doesn't pray.
No, I'm not gonna talk shit about religion.
Wait, sorry, I had my mic mute. I forgot that I had my mic mute. So did you saw his first reaction? Yes, his first. Yeah, thank you, guys. Mute. Yes, I was muted. He said that I'm not going to talk shit about religion. That was his first reaction, which is actually an interesting first knee-jerk reaction, because you can see that this is the reason why they don't cover religion that much. They don't want to that's a very toxic realm to get into. So imagine this is a criticism channel that criticizes so many other different people. They go after so many people. They go after so many views. They go after right-leaning people. They go after left-leaning people. They go after progressives. They go after like they defend LGBT rights, but they also go after the woke part of the LGBT movement. They criticize that. They go after the excesses, the people that go a little bit too extreme. They go after the red pill community. They go after homophobic people. They go after transphobic people. They go after everybody. But then when it comes to religion, I think they're testing the waters with this. As soon as they see a video that they're like, oh, I don't want to talk shit about religion. This is what religion does. Religion provides protection for horrible ideas. Like if these horrible ideas come in the form of, I don't know, I'm red pill, I'm progressive, I'm conservative, I'm a liberal, then it's game on, man. Like if I disagree with it, I'm going to come shit on your ideas all day long without any hesitation. But as soon as you stamp something with the label of religion, all of a sudden you're like, this is now too powerful. I'm going to piss off a shit ton of people, right? Even on this channel, on Atheist Republic, when we talk about Islam, we get a lot of people who are supporting us, but because we get support by a lot of Christians and Hindus or Jews, as soon as I say something critical about Judaism, we could see the comments just filling, like, oh, no, Armin, you are right about Islam, but now that you're speaking about Judaism, you don't understand Judaism. You can see that the sensitivity there with regards to criticizing religious views is so much that content creators are often tempted to just back off religion. You can see, even though what he's saying is so violent, disgusting, and they're both are scratching their head saying like, what the fuck is this Imam saying? He's like, his first, I mean, to be fair to them, they start attacking it because it's just too good not to attack. But his first reaction is like, do we have to do this? I don't want to attack religion. Look at this.
Pray.
No, I'm not gonna talk shit about religion. Oh my God, the logic of religion. It is what it is. You believe in what you want to believe in. That's good. I just don't adhere to it. That's what I'm gonna say.
See, nobody says that about other opinions. right? If I was a conservative or a progressive or a liberal or anything else, if I come and say, I mean, this is their first reaction, but eventually they're like, you know what? Let's turn into this. But he's like, you know what? I just don't adhere to your views. If you want to believe that, that's your business. I'm not going to attack it. We don't do that with other views. If you are a communist and I'm a capitalist, if I give you my capitalist opinions, you're going to tell me why they're wrong. If you are a communist and I'm a capitalist and you say your communist views, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. If you are a progressive and I'm a conservative and you say something progressive, as a conservative, I will tell you why you're wrong, and vice versa. But all of a sudden, when people give their religious opinions, are like, you know what? I just don't adhere to that. I just don't adhere to, I don't know, sexually assaulting children. But you do you. What? Like, what? I don't adhere to believing in slavery, but you do you. Why does religion have this privilege? Why this set of ideas that we label as religion all of a sudden enjoys this privilege of being attacked less than other ideas? No other set of ideas enjoys this level of protection than religious ideas. Why? What's the difference here?
I'm not gonna go further, but yeah, that's just not me. You, and that's on top of that. That's the interpretation of one person of.
No, sir. But okay, to be fair to both of them, at first he's resisting criticizing it, but then they warm up to it and they're going to start attacking what their mom just said. Okay, they are going to start attacking what their mom just said. But at the beginning, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" So he says this is just an interpretation of one Imam. What he said is completely in accordance with Islamic teaching. This is the correct interpretation. What he says is completely in line with the Quran and the Hadith. This is not just one Imam making stuff up. What he said, you can anybody who understands anything about Islam knows that what he said is completely in accordance to Islamic teaching. So I don't know what he's talking about. Let's continue. Let's see.
Don't adhere to it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go further, but yeah, that's just not me. You, and that's on top of that. That's the interpretation of one person of religion. You know what I mean? So that changes too. Pretty extreme, whatever.
This is the Al Capone bike logic. If you pray for a bike, you'll never get it. But if you steal a bike and ask for forgiveness, it's morally okay.
I think they don't understand what their mom just said, because that Al Capone logic applies to Christianity. That does not apply to Islam. I think they misunderstood what their mom said. And I'm going to say a couple of things that seems like I'm going to be defending the Imam, but I'm not. Be patient with me, because what the Imam said, it's actually vile and disgusting, but not in the way that these two people think. And I'm actually happy that they misunderstood the Imam, because it made a whole bunch of Muslims come to defend the Imam based on their misunderstanding, and it made a lot more people realize how disgusting Islam is. So be patient with me, because I am going to do something that it seems like I'm defending Islam, but then I will tell you why I'm saying that. So listen, pay attention. I like how they're standing and they walk around. I need to have a setup where when I hear something so weird and bizarre, I could just walk off and just walk around. I don't have that setup. I just think their floor is pretty noisy. Like, they have to fix their floor. I don't know why every step they take, you can see the floor. I mean, they're making really good money. They cannot hire somebody to come repair their floor. It makes a lot of sound.
That's funny.
Hey, it really be like that.
Yep.
No, it's not like that. So Al Capone had this logic, apparently, that I used to pray for a bike, and then I realized that's not how God works. You have to steal a bike and then ask God for forgiveness that you stole. That's how you get what you want, religious-wise, right? However, that's not how the Muslim God works. Islamic God. That's how the Christian God works. Islamically, that's not how it works. In Christianity, you could basically ask for forgiveness from God, and everything, if you sincerely mean it or whatever, it will be forgiven, whatever sin, right? So basically, for example, if I punch you in your face, in Christianity, that's a sin. However, I could ask forgiveness from Jesus, and it's up to Jesus to forgive me. And if Jesus forgives me, I can enter the kingdom of heaven or whatever. Okay, Islam, in this one instance, Islam actually makes more sense than Christianity. Again, I'm going to tell you why this is still vile and disgusting, because in Islam there are two types of sins. There's sins against God, and then there's sins against man. So if you sin against God, how can you sin against God? For example, if you miss your prayer, if you don't fast, if you were capable of going and doing Hajj and you didn't go and do your Hajj, right? These are the sins against, if you, I don't know, maybe in your private blaspheme, privately, all right? These are sins against God. If you sin against God, you can go directly to God and ask for forgiveness, do tawbah, and your sins will be forgiven if your sin was against God. However, if you sin against man in Islam, your sins will not be forgiven, even if you go directly to God and ask for forgiveness, because that man that you have wronged has to forgive you as well. You cannot bypass the person that you have wronged and go directly to God, because that person has been harmed and you have to ask for their forgiveness for your sin to be forgiven. So if I punch you in the face, or if I steal your money, I cannot go directly to God and ask for forgiveness. If that person that I harmed does not forgive me, God will not forgive me either. So I have to go ask talab halaliyat kardem. So ask them to forgive my sin. That's a requirement. In Christianity, that is not a requirement, right? So this example that they just give, the Christian God, if I steal a bike in Christianity and ask God for forgiveness, God will forgive me. But in Islam, if I steal a bike, the person that lost their bike, if they do not forgive me, God will not forgive me either. So that's the difference in Christianity and Islam. And this is what the Imam didn't say. I think they didn't pay attention to what the Imam said. Do you guys want me to go back and play? Let me know in the chat if you want me to replay what the Imam said and if you notice what they misunderstood. Yes, the cat lady, sorry, Alfred. The cat lady is saying that's exactly like Judaism. Yes. So here's an interesting thing about Islam. When it comes to the laws, Islam is a little bit more like Judaism. But when it comes to the importance of belief, Islam is a little bit more like Christianity, right? So again, not that Judaism doesn't have belief as an importance and in Christianity practice is not important, but the emphasis, in Judaism, the emphasis is on practice, is on the rituals and on the laws, rituals and laws. I mean, the belief is important, but the emphasis, it's a practice-oriented religion, Judaism. Christianity is a belief-oriented religion. So yes, there are some rituals and practices that are important in Christianity, but Christianity heavily focuses on just accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. So Christianity is very belief-focused. Judaism is very practice-focused. Islam is both. It emphasizes both very aggressively. The belief in Allah as the only God and Muhammad as his prophet is central to Islam, but also obeying the law, obeying the commandments of Allah and the rituals is very central as well. So it's a little bit like Christianity and Judaism mixed together in that sense. True, yes. So let's continue.
It really be like that.
I say this. I think this thing that he's saying is reflecting how a lot of people view their relationship with religion. As long as you just show up to church every week, it absolves you.
Mm-hmm. And right back on Monday or whenever the hell you go back right back to your bullshit.
Yeah.
So actually, let me go. So this is 1 minute and 43 seconds in. Let me go back to play what the Imam said for you guys to notice what they're getting wrong. So let me just play what the Imam said at the beginning one more time.
That sells drug, good or bad?
So somebody who's selling drug, is that good or bad? That's bad.
Bad. How about the murderer?
Murdering, bad.
How about the one who commits adultery, zina?
So that's not bad, but okay, Islamically that's bad. Adultery, so zina is sex out of marriage. Is that bad? Okay, we don't consider this bad here, but sex outside of marriage, Islamically, okay, bad.
What about the one who rapes a child?
The one who grapes a child? So guys, in this channel, I've noticed other YouTubers call this grape. So we are going to call it grape as well on this channel from now on, because this is what other people are doing it. Okay. So what about the one who grapes a child?
What about the one who drinks alcohol?
Okay. So graping children is bad. Drinking alcohol. I don't know why he's putting them next to each other. Okay. Yeah. Drinking alcohol in moderation is not that bad. It's amazing. Like, oh my God, look at all these bad things. Murder. And then all of a sudden, sex outside of marriage, okay? And then graping children. Oh my God, holy crap, okay? Drinking alcohol, like, like it's so amazing that he's putting these things next to each other as if they're so, like, oh yeah, oh my God, the evil of graping children and the evil of drinking alcohol. Like some of these are not like the other. Some of these, this list of yours, some of them don't seem to belong. I mean, it just shows how weird Islam is, to see these evils as like, oh yeah, the evil of drinking alcohol and graping children. Like the fact that you see these as belonging in the same category just shows how Islam is it's insanity, right? Okay, but okay, Islamically, let's accept all of these are bad, right? Let's continue.
Good or bad? This person, one person that commits all of these sins, he commits all of these sins on a daily basis. But he prays is better in the eyes of Allah than the one that doesn't commit any of these sins but doesn't pray.
Okay, so what the Imam is saying is that if somebody every day of his life has sex outside of marriage, every single day of his life drinks alcohol, every single day he commits murder every single day, right? Did today, like look, 30 days in a month, every single day he has, he makes sure that he marks his calendar. Like, did I commit murder today? Okay, I did. Did I grape a child today? Every single day of the calendar, yep, check. I graped a child today. Okay, covers all of them. But he prays. This person is superior than a person that doesn't do any of these things, but prays every day. Make sure that he prays. This person is better than the person that doesn't pray, even though he doesn't do any of these things, right? So he's better than me. Yeah. So I'm Armin Navabi here. I don't pray. I am inferior, according to this Imam, to somebody that prays, but does child rape every day. So I must be very disgusting and vile. I must be in the eyes of Allah, I'm worse than somebody that grapes. Guys, most of you in the live chat, you don't pray. Do you guys pray? I mean, do you guys pray in the live chat? Like most of you guys don't pray. Islamically, you are worse than somebody that grapes a child every single day. And that Imam is right. He's correct. Islamically, that is the correct view. But however, these people, Abba and Preach, are thinking that he's saying that it's okay that his sin will be forgiven, that graping a child will be wiped clean. As that's Christianity's view. Christianity thinks that if you grape a child, but you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, your sins will be forgiven. I mean, that's the whole point of him going on the cross, and you will enter the kingdom of heaven, and all your sins will be wiped clean. That's Christianity's views. Islamic view is not that this is going to be wiped clean. No, but you are still in a better position than somebody that doesn't do these things, but also doesn't pray. So both of these positions are insanity, like both the Christian position and the Islamic position. However, because they are misunderstanding what the Imam is saying.
No, I'm not gonna talk shit about religion. Oh my God, the logic of religion. It is what it is. You believe in what you want to believe in. That's good. I just don't adhere to it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go further, but yeah, that's just not me. You, and that's on top of that. That's the interpretation of one person of religion. You know what I mean? So that changes too. Pretty extreme, whatever.
This is the Al Capone bike logic. If you pray for a bike, you'll never get it. But if you steal a bike and ask for forgiveness, it's morally okay.
By the way, this video of them got more than 500,000 views.
That's funny.
Hey, it really be like that.
Yep.
It really be like that.
I'll say this. I think this thing that he's saying is reflecting how a lot of people view the relationship with religion. As long as you just show up to church every week, it absolves you.
That Muslims and Jews don't think about it like that. Muslims and Jews are very obsessed with making sure you follow the rules. What the Imam was saying was not for you to just it's okay for you to do all of these sins, go ahead and do them and you will be forgiven. The Imam's point was that the praying, it was more important than not doing all of these other things.
And right back on Monday or whenever the hell you go back right back to your bullshit.
Yeah. This makes me think of people who are family over everything. And the motherfucker's a murderer. Yeah, but he's your brother. I'm like, I don't care. He went up and killed 5 people. He gotta go. This makes me think of that. It's just this kind of blind loyalty to this thing. Doesn't matter how evil, how repugnant, this is the right thing to do.
So yeah, again, now they're criticizing that, they're looking at the religious people and how they behave and whether or not that's religious teaching. Again, this is why it's important for you to categorize what you're criticizing, right? Because this level, you're now looking at the religious community and what is allowed and how people have this tribal loyalty that they have to the members of their community. I mean, Islamically, if you sin, then you're not going. If a Muslim is sinning within the Muslim community, they do not look away because he's a Muslim. In fact, they might cut off your hands and feet. They might if you steal, this is not. See, this is why it's important for you to understand some things about Islam if you want to criticize its details, because you don't have this level of loyalty within the Ummah. You're not going to be, it's not going to be like, okay, you're a Muslim, you stole, I'm going to look away and pretend like you didn't do that because you're a Muslim. No, they are commanded to cut off your freaking hands because you stole.
Listen,
zina. So, for example, if you have sex outside of marriage in Islam, they're not going to be like, oh, you're a Muslim, so I'm going to look away because we are tribally loyal to each other and we're going to forgive you. They're going to stone you to death. The commandment is to stone the guy to death. So, again, this criticism does not apply to Islam. Islam is insanity because of other reasons.
I don't get this mindset. I never did, even as a young kid. It just felt like close your eyes and follow the rules because we know better. Even if it flew in the face of every value I thought was important.
Yeah, so that's fair, but that just contradicts what you just said because they're supposed to follow the rules. Rules include not doing adultery, not drinking alcohol, not graping. I mean, not graping in their definition of graping. So Islam teaches you not to grape children, but technically they allow graping of children. However, they put a nikah stamp on it and act like if it's not grape, right? They say oh, this is actually not graping children. This is marriage. We just married this child. No, you're actually still graping that child. but they consider it not grape as long as it's done within the framework of Islamic marriage, as if you could marry a child.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and I have a lot of Muslim brothers and sisters who would probably disagree with what this guy's saying, but that's not really the point.
You have a lot of Muslim. Okay, so Muslim what? Family members? Hold on.
I think that, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and I have a lot of Muslim brothers and sisters who would probably.
So he's an ex-Muslim. He has a lot of Muslim brothers and sisters who would disagree with this Imam. Would they be wrong? They'd be wrong. What the Imam said is Islamically true. Islamically true. Like all of those other things that he mentioned are sins in Islam, but your prayer is a higher priority, right? If you had to, as a Muslim, if you had to choose, should I grape this child and pray, or should I not grape this child and also not pray? The superior position is the first one, Islamically. Okay, that would be, you would be better off to grape a child but also pray, right? So that is Islamically the teaching of Islam. So I don't know what you're talking about. That is a fundamental part of the teaching of Islam.
I disagree with what this guy's saying, but that's not really the point. Some individuals' interpretation doesn't really matter to me. I'm just talking about overall trends I'll see within a faith, or overall trends I'll see within communities. And I think that's more important than what some individuals who I like, who are cool people, who might disagree with this guy, think. That's what I feel. And I'll be honest with you, and I say this very comfortably.
Islam is not what Muslim people think, okay, or do. Islam is what the Quran and Hadith, the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet teach, and the best way to come up with a good understanding of the correct interpretation is a historical interpretation of the ulama, the Muslim community throughout the past 1200 years, based on the main Islamic schools of thought. We have yet hundreds of years of people that speak Arabic. It's either they're experts in Arabic, they're experts in Aqidah, and they're experts in fiqh, and they're experts in Hadith, and they have commented on these about every single dot in the Hadith and in the Quran. We have books written on it, and on many things they have come up with there's consensus on many of these interpretations. I mean, either what the Quran says and what the Hadith says, either that says that is Islam, or Islam is nothing at all. If you want to go see what Muslims believe and what Muslims are doing as a source of understanding Islam, then there's no such thing as Islam, because it's all over the place. It's all over the place. There are so many contradictory positions. The most useful definition of Islam is based on what the Quran and the Hadith is teaching you, or the Sunnah.
I'll be honest with you, and I say this very comfortably. If heaven or God truly operated this way, send me to hell. If you could truly go by your day and force yourself on children, and as long as you pray 5 times, you're doing good,
I don't want to be.
Send me to hell.
That is Christianity. That is not Islam. And here's the thing. I'm happy that they got this wrong. Let me tell you why I'm happy why they got this wrong. Because Islam is not like that, and so many Muslims came out in response to this video to defend Islam and tell them what they got wrong. And because the actual position of Islam is also vile and disgusting, so he's saying, like, you could go grape children and murder, and if you pray, you would be good. Islam doesn't teach you that you would be good if you just pray. You will still be in trouble. Christianity teaches you that if you believe in Jesus, you will be good, no matter what you do. Islam doesn't teach you. If you murder, but you pray, Islamically, you're still in trouble when you die. The difference is that when I don't pray. When I die, I will go to hell forever. Islamically. But somebody who prays and is a Muslim and believes in Allah and Muhammad, when he rapes children and murders, when he dies, he will go to hell as well. However, at some point, it will stop. I will go to hell forever. He will go to hell for a period of time for him to be punished for the sins that he committed. And at some point, he will go to heaven. I will stay in hell. He will graduate from hell and go to heaven. That's the difference. So Islamically, it doesn't teach you that you are fine. No, you're not fine. You're screwed as well. You will be severely tortured for zina, for raping children, for murdering, for drinking alcohol. You will be severely punished. So Islam, yeah, so that's wrong. And it's good that they got that wrong, because when the Muslims came to correct them, they still, in their correction, they had to admit, they had to say, like, no, what the Imam is saying is that not praying is worse than raping children. So that defense made a lot of people hear Muslims saying that the priority is to pray over not raping children. And that just sounds disgusting, but at least now we're hearing this from the mouth of the Muslims themselves, which is embarrassing and damaging to Islam itself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if they got this correctly from the get-go, like if they understood what this Imam is saying and they criticized him properly, then we only would hear this criticism from Abba and Preach. But because they got it wrong, a lot of Muslims felt compelled to come defend Islam, and in their act of defense, they confirmed that Islam considers not praying to be worse than child rape, which is insane in its own way.
I say this very earnestly. There is never a time in my life where I ever want to feel like prayer is some kind of get out of jail free card. Like just doing the action but not doing the labor in your day-to-day life means anything. I refuse to believe that God would ever be the type of person who would give people a set of values to live by, but said you can throw all those shit in the trash so long as you pray to me 5 times a day for my. I just couldn't understand that. Maybe I can't wrap around it. Maybe it's not for mortals to understand. Whatever you want to say, I just refuse. I think people are better than that. I think people should aspire to be better than that, and I think God wants people to aspire to be better than that. And if He does it, that's a false idol to me. That's my thoughts.
Wait, so Abba still believes in God. He's an ex-Muslim, but does he still believe in God? So we need to fix that.
That's actually one of the first things that I was questioning when I was a kid. I mean, as long as I just accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, everything is just forget God. Yeah. What if I suddenly die in a car accident and no, you're not gonna end? What if I'm a freaking baby? Like I'm a baby. I didn't get time to understand what it and I die. I don't get it? No. What? Then this shit is unfair. I thought it was supposed to be fair and just. It's not. And I was about to question about the.
So he's an ex-Christian. So we have an ex-Muslim and an ex-Christian here, which is very interesting. Which is very true. Like this is when it comes to Christianity, this is so unfair. In Christianity, again, if you're a Christian in the live chat, if you tell me that no, Armin, your understanding of Christianity is wrong, no, your understanding of Christianity is wrong. I understand Judaism and Christianity more than most Jews and Christians because Jews and Christians are biased in defending their religion, right? But in Christianity, if I, as a non-Christian, if I am the best person on the planet, if I help poor people, if I haven't hurt a single fly in my life, but if I don't believe in Jesus Christ, if I die, I will go to hell. But if you're a genocidal, child-raping murderer that believes in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then Jesus, all your sins will be forgiven through Jesus, and you will end up in heaven. So yeah, that doesn't sound that doesn't sound just or fair in any sense at all. So yeah, he got that criticism on Christianity makes complete. That's fair.
Like that. Oh shit! You're talking about God is all good and He's all good. and knows everything. And I was like, well, he can't know everything and be all good. Because if he knows everything that's going on in the world and let it happen, that's not good. That's just not good. I got my brothers in Haiti. I got my brothers in the Congo. I got my people everywhere suffering, and then you just let it slide.
So I like how he started by saying, I'm not going to hate on religion. I'm not going to criticize religion. You do you, and I'll do my. You could believe in whatever you want. But now he's like leaning into it. Fantastic. That's good.
Oh, you just don't understand that I don't want to understand. I don't want to deal with it. No.
Yeah, so that's a very good point, because a lot of religious people will tell you that, oh, this is just beyond human understanding. Okay, then why do you believe in it? If it's beyond human understanding, then the correct position is not to believe something that is beyond your understanding.
That's not good. You're letting that thing happen and these things happen, everything, and you posing me as a child. No, that's not for me then. You believe in what you want to believe, that's fine. But that's really just not going to be me.
Just imagine if you cured cancer and then you end up going to hell over a guy who's raping some kid every day. Because he prayed. If that makes sense to y'all, whatever. But you guys have to understand, this kind of mindset is what enables a lot of evil people in the religion to move.
Yeah, so both from an Islamic perspective and the Christian perspective, that makes no sense, right? So in a Christian perspective, imagine if you cured cancer and you die, somebody who was raping children every day is going to heaven, and you're like, yeah, sorry, you're going to hell. Why? You didn't believe in Jesus. What the fuck? I cured cancer. I saved a lot of people. I'm sorry, you didn't believe in Jesus. To hell. But that guy is going to heaven? Yeah, he believed in Jesus. But he raped a child every single day of his life. Sorry, man, he believed in Jesus. Okay, so that Christianity-wise, that doesn't make sense. Islamically, even though in this one sense, Islam is a little bit better, it's still vile and disgusting. Because if I cured cancer and he raped a child every single day, and he prayed and believed in Islam, okay, so what happens in the Islamic sense? Both of us will go to hell. Okay, so far, I mean, why am I in hell? I cured cancer and I didn't rape children. I don't understand that. Okay, you didn't believe, you go to hell. Well, he's going to hell too. But at some point, he's going to go to heaven and I'm going to stay in hell. I cured cancer. I didn't rape children. I will stay in hell forever. He, at some point, because he's a Muslim who prayed, he will go to heaven. So this is also unfair Islamically.
Freely with the blessing of imams and other people alike, or pastors or whatever it might be. You know, like that's the crazy part to me, you know? And if you talk about this, you're hating on religion. No, listen, I'm actually somebody who appreciates the fact that people have faith in life and it gives them comfort.
Why? He's like, oh, if you say these things, you're hating on religion. And he says, no. Yeah, you are hating religion. And it's good that you're hating religion. Why are you trying to act like you're not hating on religion, as if hating on religion is bad? If an ideology is teaching you that prayer is more important than not raping children, that ideology deserves to be hated. Like, oh, I'm not hating on religion. Well, you should be hating on religion. What the hell? What's wrong with you? Hate on religion. Hate on religion is justified.
No, listen, I'm actually somebody who appreciates the fact that people have faith in life and it gives them comfort and it helps them through turbulent times and it gives them reassurance and it gives them guidance and it helps them stay on a straight path.
Guidance? Okay, first of all, if religion is giving you peace and comfort, that's actually a problem, because you're getting peace and comfort through an ideology that comes with a lot of disgusting baggage. There are other ways to get that comfort. There are other ways to get that peace that doesn't come with a whole bunch of bullshit. You think like, oh, people like, you know what? We shouldn't throw out the baby out with the bathwater. I know religion has some problematic teachings, but it provides some people with a sense of comfort. There are better ways to get that comfort without endorsing this disgusting, vile teachings. What the hell? Like, what if you're a Nazi and you're like, you feel comfort because you you're part of a community of people that believe in the same thing. What if that gives you comfort? You could be like, hey, you know what? I don't believe in a lot of these teachings by Nazism, but if it's giving you comfort that you belong in this community, and it makes you feel like you belong to a cause greater than yourself, and that gives you peace of mind and sense of security, well, at least I celebrate that part. No, motherfucker, that part, that the fact that it's actually some people feel like it's benefiting them in some way, it's making this ideology last longer. That's actually a problematic part of it. Like, hey, yeah, I know KKK is bad, but look at these people getting out together. You know, they're putting a cross on fire. At least they're having a good time together. At least they feel like they're, you know, it's getting them out of the house. You know, these people, it's some exercise. They're doing something together. So should we celebrate that part? Like, look, it encourages team activity. They had to build that cross. They had to go make costumes. Some of them met people that they didn't know. You know, they're getting out at night. It gives them something to look forward to. Like, oh yeah, let's go threaten these black people at night. You know, this is. I mean, I don't like that some black people are being intimidated by this, but I like the team effort. Let's celebrate that part of it. Like, what the hell? No. The Islam, if it's giving you some people some peace and some people a sense of comfort, that actually makes it worse. Because this ideology that has so much disgusting baggage with it, some people are carrying it longer. These people are carriers of this virus that lasts longer because of this sense of this joy or this sense of peace they're getting from it that they could have gotten from somewhere without all this toxic baggage that we have, especially in modern times. We have so much better understanding of human psychology. We could provide people with community. We could provide people with mental health support that is based on science and based on a better understanding of how the human mind operates, with a better understanding of biology and medicine and society and psychology. We have much better alternatives. Why are you going to ancient ways? If you're looking comfort, why are you looking in the Goat Herder's Guide to the Galaxy rather than more modern texts, more modern ways of understanding of how to achieve these things? Anyways, let's go.
Where they try to do good every day. I'm a fan of all that, okay? But this subset of it, and it's not this like minute, no, okay? Because if you spend time in enough religious communities, you'll realize that this kind of mindset is very common. And the people who enable it by saying, well, he prays and he does what he can. It's like, bro, y'all shielding this dude from criticism. You guys giving him cover all the time. Meanwhile, he's doing evil in the community all day. Mm-hmm. It's just like the families who got an uncle who's a garbage piece of shit. But you can't talk about it at the family table. Okay. Even though he raped somebody else at this table. Even though he stole money from somebody else at this table. What do they say?
You're going to break
blood is everything.
Yeah, no.
Family over everything.
No,
I'm like, if that's what it means for you guys to protect people like, and I'll say this as an immigrant, because I feel like this is especially true for immigrants. Protecting the image of the family over the actual values is always more important. It don't even matter if you're
It's not true just with the immigrants. Even like for example, in the United States, I mean, this is not a Christianity problem. This is a human problem. This is a tribalism problem. And you can see this within Christian community, that they will protect their own, sometimes no matter what vile, disgusting things they do, because they care about. I mean, as an anti-religion activist myself, I will actually admit that this is not a religion problem. This is a human tribalist mentality problem that you could see it within religion, outside religion. This is universal.
Actually earnestly trying to be a good Muslim. It don't even matter if you're actually trying to live the values of the family. How do you appear to everybody? That's what I don't know.
100%.
And the way this guy's talking, this cannot be true for any God who's benevolent and actually wants good for people. Hey, doesn't matter what you do. Go murder a bunch of people so they can never pray again.
But it's okay.
But if you pray,
just walk in there and be like, God, I did an oopsie again. No,
absolutely not.
That's a no for me, man.
The fact that his sentences even included drinking alcohol and
like it's the same thing.
Like you didn't stop the pot. You already know this man's twisted.
Oh yeah.
He put them shits in the same set.
Yeah.
Murking people and drinking alcohol.
Same thing.
Absolutely not.
Fuck out of here.
To be fair, Christianity has the same view. The sin is a sin is a sin, and all of it is completely wiped clean with believing in, if you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I might have stole a gum from my friend, or I might have committed genocide. It doesn't matter. They're a sin. All of them are cleaned up if I believe in Jesus. He died for our sins. He died for our sins. Whether if I lied to my mom or I committed genocide. Okay? It's same shit, all wiped clean.
You could do that over there. That's if you believe in that. Okay, but that cannot be me.
Yeah.
That cannot be me.
Hey, let us say it, man.
No, what do you mean? Like, go do that thing over there? That cannot be me. This is such a. When it comes to other stuff, you guys are on the offense mode, calling shit out, like going out and trying to eliminate bad ideas. But when it comes to religion, we're like, okay, you go do that over there. That cannot be me. What are you talking about? Go do what over there? Grape children? Like. But by the way, Islam, to be honest, let me take some of my defense back, because it sounds like defense. It's not. When I say raping children is a sin, it's actually not in Islam. Please remember that. Raping children in Islam is not a sin. What is considered a sin is raping children outside of what they call nikah, and it translates into marriage in English, but it's not actually marriage. It's just basically sex with the Islamic stamp of approval. In Islam, you are completely allowed to rape children, as long as it's done within the framework that Islam approves. So let's be clear here. When I said that you get punished for raping children Islamically in hell, even if you're still praying, when that Imam was talking about raping children, that was based on Islamic definition of raping children. The Islamic definition is like you go and you steal someone's child and then you, I don't know, rape them. Okay? Basically, it's not because it's against their will, because if you take a child to Islamically, okay, the same child, you go to the parents, you say, I want to marry this child, okay, let's say it's a 9-year-old child, and the parents approve, and you get the child, and then you rape her, and you do some Islamic, you read some Quranic verses and whatever to make it Islamic, and now you could rape her against her will, and that would be not rape Islamically. And when I say against her will, it's because Islam teaches you that you require her approval, but if she doesn't give you approval, you can beat her for not giving you approval. So technically, even what they call approval is based on their definition of approval. So if you have a 9-year-old wife, again, wife, I use these words loosely because what they call wife, we don't call it wife. If you have a 9-year-old wife, technically, if you want to have sex with her, she has to give you approval. But what they mean by approval is that if she says no, she's not following my command, and I could first warn her, then kick her out of my bed. And if she still says no to me, I could beat her. So if she's saying yes to me, knowing that I can beat her, if she says no to me, is her approval an actual approval, knowing that I could use violence against her if she says no? So that would be rape of a child within the framework of Islam, making it seem like this is okay because she's my wife and she's giving me approval. Well, she's not your wife, right? This is not what we call wives. And she is not giving you approval because her approval is within the framework of you being able to beat her if she says no. So Islam does actually allow child rape.
Send me to hell. Send me to hell.
For real. It must be a hell
send me to hell.
It must be a hell of a party.
That's where all the fun people go.
Fuck that shit.
That's crazy. I saw this clip and it just kind of stood out to me, and I think it just made me think of so many things I've seen over my life where it's just like, we know it's bad, but get off your.
Well, you guys are kind of doing the same thing at the beginning. You were like, it's religion. I don't want to hate on religion. Because the consequences of being anti-religion is more than the consequences of being against other bad ideas. I mean, even if you want to be have a channel that calls out Islam, you lose a lot of your supporters if you're against other religions as well. Like, a lot of the people who are Christian supporters or Jewish supporters or Hindu supporters, at some point they get annoyed that we're against anti-religions as well. So again, their religious doctrine is so globally so strong that you are always going to pay some consequences being against it more than if you're against other ideas.
That's what you want to say about.
Wait, what? I used to take them seriously, but now I know they barely have idea about the topics they talk about. They barely. Well, I don't know. I've seen some commentary on them that they had before that was pretty good. Like some of the other commentary that they had. I mean, I had a positive experience with them. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be wrong, as long as you're open to criticism. You don't have to get everything right all the time.
Oh man, it just irks me, man. Oh yeah.
I mean, people pointed this out to them that what they were wrong about, and I could read you the comments, and they responded to that comment. So I could read that to you at the end of the show. So they actually pinned the. Yes, a Muslim came out, pointed out to them what they got wrong, and they pinned the criticism of their videos to the top of in the comment section, and they responded to it. So even if they got something wrong, it shows that these are people who do not run away from criticism, and they are. And I will read you their response to that criticism at the end of this video.
That's just religion. Just no, but you guys don't understand. I see people in the comments. I'm like, and fucking Satan apologist. Shut the fuck up. The only people that believe in Satan is people that believe in God. It is. They do. It's just, come on now, B. It's.
I'm enjoying, to be honest, I'm really enjoying how they're normalizing, I don't know, atheism or lack of religion, because they're such a popular channel, and a lot of young people look up to these two, and the fact that they are like laughing at religion like this, it warms my heart to see the normalization of anti-religion positions.
No. The craziness that the church and the religion makes you do and stuff like that, it doesn't resonate with me at all. It doesn't resonate with me at all, and I understand why people believe in that.
But maybe you guys in the comments have a disagreement. I'd be loving to see this. And you know, the one thing I hate is you cannot mention any of this stuff without people being like, you're a hater.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
The glorification of hater is just real.
You know,
sometimes you're not a hater. Sometimes your stand is garbage.
Okay. Sometimes you just got to be okay with the fact that some things are getting openly criticized. But why are we supposed to? Everybody says that. Black people say that about themselves. You know, other religious communities say that about themselves. Like, why are you talking? Shut up. You guys should be able to openly speak about this. And the fact that you guys are openly speaking about this and you're doing it so on public platforms, you're doing it is very good. Okay, acting like this thing is always perfect and the way that people spread it is always perfect, that's what's actually really unhealthy, because it makes you seem like a cult more than anything else. And if you critique it, you're some patient. Oh, you can't talk about our community that way. Insert anything. You can put it pretty much for any community. And people don't.
Yes, that's true. That's also true with regards to like the atheist community. Okay, I would criticize our communities as well, right? So it's true with regards to the Muslim community, the Christian community, the Hindu community, the Jewish community, and the atheist community, right? So if I'm criticizing Islam and all of a sudden I say something against Judaism, we're like, oh, you now crossed the line. Like, just talk about Islam. Don't talk about Judaism that way. A lot of people were like, no, you crossed the line. But also with regards to atheism, right? So I'm an atheist. I noticed this along in the atheist community, right? Sometimes I see other atheists saying something that I disagree with, and I made a show on it. And then I was contacted by some other atheists like, okay, don't go after our own. Like, why are you attacking other atheists? Even if you want to criticize them, just go and talk to them in private instead of criticizing them publicly. And the argument is like the whole world is after us atheists, especially us ex-Muslim, and we only have each other. So if you go after another ex-Muslim, for example, an ex-Muslim atheist, it makes other ex-Muslim think like even the ex-Muslim community is not looking after itself, or even the atheist community is not looking after itself. So we have nowhere to feel safe. So that was used against me to say that, Armin, you should understand that because we're so atheists and ex-Muslims are so isolated, either atheist or ex-Muslim, I heard them both. They're so isolated and they're so hated by the whole world that we shouldn't turn on each other and we shouldn't be criticizing each other. We should be united. And I was like, what that's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Are we turning into a fucking cult? Are we turning into a cult? Like the only way for us to grow is for us to hold each other responsible. Like no. So I did not agree with that at all. And for example, some other people took it very well. Like when I criticized, I have a couple of videos criticizing Harris Sultan on his takes, and he was very receptive. Like he wasn't telling me like, no, don't criticize me. he took the criticism very, very well. So there are other people within the atheist and ex-Muslim community who actually welcome, for example, criticism on them, right? So yeah, I think like all communities have examples of being very sensitive. Anti-Islam saying people need to chill. Why are so many people very afraid of criticism? Yes, and yeah, and some people call criticism hating, to say like, oh, this is not criticism, this is hating. Well, so what? Like they're saying, Abba and Preacher are saying, no, it's not hating, it's just criticism. I don't say that. I'm like, so what if it's hating? So what if it's hating? I hate your ideas, okay? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to tell me why it shouldn't be hated? You could hate my ideas. Guys, hate my ideas. Hate away. Okay, good. I want to see why you hate them. Like, why is hate bad? Some ideas deserve to be hated. Maybe atheism deserves to be hated. Tell me why atheism deserves to be hated. And I will listen to it. I will be receptive.
Like it when you do that. Oh, why would you talk? It's okay. I think more of that needs to happen. And more of that needs to happen openly to show that you actually aren't in agreement with it. But the problem is motherfuckers like these go out and they say all this bullshit and there's literally zero creators online who say anything about it. So I got to sit here and listen to a man that tells me Graven a kid is going to be somewhat decent as long as you pray.
No.
And nobody says nothing. Nobody and then I'm somehow the bad person for saying,
that's a garbage stance.
And you're a garbage person for believing that. And I think I'm okay to say that. If you believe that raping kids or murdering is going to be absolved or is going to make you have decent because you're garbage, okay? But y'all should be the ones talking about this, not me. That's how I feel about it.
But you won't.
I see literally nobody bring up topics like these, ever. Want to know why? Because you get a flood of DMs being like, how dare you? This is perfect. It's never been wrong. You don't know what? You a hater, all this stuff. It's like, holy shit. Isn't this a place where we should both be able to agree? This video specifically? The diddling of kids is not okay? That's how I feel about this. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Preach ain't happy.
I'm just out of it.
Okay, got you. All right, we'll stop. Hey, if you guys like today's video, be sure to like, comment, okay? We have the Discord where we be gaming, we play Guild Wars, we be there talking. Preacher just ask me anything.
Guild Wars.
Hey, man, listen.
Guild Wars?
Get in there, it's free.
All right, nerds, get in there.
Wait, I have the comments. I want to show you what they said. I want to show you how people responded to the video, this video specifically. Let me put that on the screen. There. Yes. Okay. So the comment, look, they pinned Abba and Peach, they pinned this comment, right? You have my audio? Yes. The top comment said, the logic is very coherent. Harming the creation of God is lesser sin than being persistently ungrateful to God. So somebody came and corrected them. They're like, okay, the Imam is making a good point. The logic is coherent. So when you grape a child, you're harming a creation of God. But when you're missing prayer, You're basically wronging the creator himself. So harming the creation of God is less of a sin than doing wrong by the creator himself. That's the Islamic understanding. And that it doesn't say, the Imam was not saying harming the creation of God is okay. It was just saying that this is a greater evil, which is still an insane position to have. I mean, even if you are, here's the thing, here's bizarre. This is how big of a snowflake and a crybaby Allah is. You're fucking God. What if I grape a child, the child is being harmed. You have literally been defined in a way that is incapable of being harmed. You're God, not you lose nothing. So Islam teaches that because God is so great, then the sin against something so great should be considered greater. I think this is what Islam teaches. I'm like, shouldn't it be the opposite? Shouldn't it be the opposite, given that it can't be harmed? If you grape a child, that child has lost something. If you steal from a man, that man has lost something. If you murder somebody, the family of that man has lost something. How could God lose anything? Can I grape God? Can I grape God? Would he lose something? I can't. What does God suffer? Does God get hurt when I don't pray? So given that he cannot be harmed, shouldn't that even be counted as a sin? Is he sensitive? Is Allah a little crybaby? Is Allah a little bitch that gets so butthurt over people not paying attention to him? What a pathetic little God you have there. What a pathetic little crybaby you worship as a God. I mean, if anything was worthy of worship, it would be something that doesn't give a shit about you worshiping it or not. How self-obsessed this thing has to be to care so much about whether or not you pray for it. You pray it. Like, yeah, hey, like if you were God, wouldn't you be so magnanimous that you would say, like, okay, I don't care if you pray, just be a decent, good person. Like, hey, God, sorry, I didn't pray. Wouldn't you be, if you were God, you'd be like, it's okay. It's okay. Like let's say Jimmy died. Okay, Jimmy's like, oh my God, there's a God. There's a God. I didn't know you're God. I didn't pray. I didn't believe in you. Wouldn't God be like, I don't care. You're fine. Jimmy, you're a cool kid. I don't give a shit. You think I'm so self-obsessed to create you just to pray, to worship me? I don't give a shit who gives me credit. I mean, wouldn't that be something that we would appreciate? Like if somebody, let's say for example, somebody wrote a book, right? And somebody stole the ideas from the book and presented it as if it's their idea. If you went to the author like, oh my God, Armin stole your ideas and he made it seem like if it's his ideas. And the writer of that book is like, wait, so now people are paying attention to Armin? And people are like, yes, everybody's paying attention to Armin, but they're not giving you credit. They're making it seem like if it's Armin's idea. If that writer all of a sudden then told you that, you know what, I don't care. I'm glad that people are taking those ideas are helping people. I don't care if I'm getting credit. I just wrote that book to benefit society, and now that it's benefiting society, I'm satisfied. It's making me happy that people are benefiting from it. Wouldn't you go like, oh wow, oh my God, this person, what a nice person, right? That would be a positive attribute. We will consider that a positive attribute. But look at Allah, who's supposed to be the greatest thing ever. His main priority is not that you're not raping children. It's not that you're a decent human being. He says, I created you with the sole purpose of fucking worshiping me and giving me credit. This is the most pathetic little bitch that you created as a God. What the fuck is this thing? The person that like, oh yeah, if you do not pray to me, that is worse than raping children. Holy fuck, are you okay? God, Allah, are you okay? you need to see a professional. People not worshiping you is worse than raping children. Holy chill out. Who, like, I'm pretty sure somebody, like, this guy is messed up. He's messed up in the head. He's messed up in the head. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways, let's go. Let's see what Abba. So it's great that Abba and Preach pinned this comment. Astaghfirullah. I don't know if they do it in Egypt like this, but in Iran, if you do Astaghfirullah, some people go like this. Astaghfirullah. Or Astaghfirullah. Like, oh my. Like, right. So, I mean, to be fair to the Imam, his logic is coherent, as in coherent meaning that is completely in line with Islamic teaching, right? If you actually believe the premises of Islam, the conclusion of the Imam is complete. It follows from those premises, right? So let's see what Abba and Preach, how they responded, right? Abba and Preach are saying cute translation for raping kids is less offensive to God than not praying to him. So they're acknowledging that, okay, even if this is true, holy fuck, this is still insanity. Like, even if we got it wrong in this video, this is wrong, right? The idea is that anyone who prays has a chance at heaven through redemption, right? So after being punished for your sins, you'll go to heaven. But anyone who does not believe, no matter how good they are, is worse and never goes to heaven. Yes, this is now Abba and Preach, they got it right now in the comment section. So yes, if you rape a child, you will go to hell for raping a child, but you eventually will make it to heaven. But if you don't believe in God, you will never have a shot of heaven. So and then Abba and Preach are saying, so you can rape kids your entire life. If you pray, you can eventually get to heaven. Thus, you are better than a moral person who doesn't pray. Yes. So this in the comment section, Abba and Preach got it exactly correctly. In the video, they were treating Islam more like as if it was Christianity, but the comment section, I think somebody pointed out to them what they got wrong, and they listened to criticism, and they got it right in the comment section. So I just wanted to make sure that I highlight that part as well. Anyways, do you guys like the way that I educate you about Islamic teachings? Because I think it makes it a lot more entertaining to learn about Islamic teachings this way, rather than you just like coming out and just going, Islam teaches this, Islam teaches that, blah, 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 blah. You would fall asleep, right? But this way, I think you guys would appreciate it more. Make sure you like the stream so that more people will learn about the insanity that this religion is, okay? I need more people to understand this. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you. And Michonne with the 100 rupee super chat saying, do explore the far-right Indian Hindu ecosystem. It's much more vile. Well, I need to see something happening so that I could respond to it, like an event or a video to review or something like that, okay? But yeah, I will look into that. I mean, we did that before a lot. Right now, our priority is Islam. Okay, as bad as Hindutva could be, to be fair, none of these ideas right now are a threat to liberal democracies, right? So I have a problem with Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Hindutva, so many other ideas, right? But the main two ideas that are now a threat to our base, we are liberals here, and our base is Western liberal societies. The main two ideas that are a threat to these societies right now is Islam and wokeism, right? These are the two that are a threat. Especially wokeism, because it sounds to a lot of people like if liberalism and wokeism, because woke ideology rides on the back of the success of liberalism and uses their vocabulary. So a lot of people, so it's like a Trojan horse. It's basically attacking the liberal structure from within, from in the house, and that's why it's such a great threat to liberal societies. And that's why we have decided to focus on these two, but we might go back to other ideas as well. Laurie is saying screwed up that is a valid position. Oh, screwed up, but that is a valid position in Islamic paradigm, what the Imam preaches. Yes, Laurie, So Alfred has started for me these comments for me to read. Yes, it is. It is a completely, what he said is completely according to Islamic teaching. Paris saying, what do you think about Islamism? Is it one of those moderate Islams providing cover for dangerous nature of Islam? Yes. There is no such thing as Islamism separate from Islam. A lot of people saying Islamism is political Islam. Islam is political when it's in its DNA. It's political by nature. So Islamism is Islam. Islam is political. It would be fair to say that there are Islamists, that are Muslims and Islamists, because many Muslims are not political with their Islam, but Islam itself is political. So you cannot separate Islamism from Islam. Islam is Islamism. Islam has political ambitions to take over the whole world, right? So you cannot separate these two. However, some Muslims don't follow Islam as completely, so they might not be political themselves, but the teaching of Islam teaches you to do so, to be so. I mean, and famously, Sayyid Qutb was takfiring the Muslims who were not being political as kafir, as infidels. Lori is saying Muslims can send Jews and Christians to hell for their behalf of the sins they've committed. That's quite a bonus. No, they can't do that. That's not Islamically. Islamic true. No, I don't think that's true. Arthur saying everyone gets in hell, or you think it's that bad? You must pay for the things you did in this life, but it's only for a short time. Same like heaven. Everyone get in hell. Well, it's not very. Nobody tells. Time doesn't work the same way apparently in heaven and hell in the way that we understand it here. So we were told that you will suffer a lot even from the tiniest sins. So what does that mean, a lot? Does it mean a long time? Does it mean the torture is very severe? But the precise amount of time that you're going to spend in hell as a Muslim before your sins, before you go to heaven, there's no specific consensus within the Islamic scholars over that. I haven't seen much commentary on that. Mugiwara is saying, how grape not allow if sex slave is allowed? Slave is by definition against the will. Yes, based on our definition of what grape is, Islam does allow grape, because Islam allows you to have slaves, that you can have sexual relationship with them. That makes it sex without consent. Islam, in 3 ways, Islam allows grape. Because you have sex slaves, because you could grape your own wife, because Islam doesn't recognize that if you have sex without consent with your wife, it doesn't call that grape. We liberals call that grape. And because in Islam, you are told that a wife has to be obedient to the husband. And if the wife is not obedient to the husband can, or should basically, after doing 2 steps, the third step is for you to beat your wife. That means that if you want sex, the wife should say yes to you. And if she refuses, you should be hitting her Islamically. So any consent that you could get from your wife within that framework is not actual genuine consent, given that a threat of violence always exists within the household. So basically, that would mean that sex with your wife is also graping your wife in Islam is also accepted, and also children. So Islam teaches you that you could marry, in quotation, a child. We don't consider that to be any form of consent there. We don't approve of that so-called consent of a child to an adult. We do not even call that consent, informed consent. So that's also grape in our books. So the reason why Islam acts like it's anti-grape is because these 3 categories that I told you, they don't define it as grape. We define those as grape. They say that having sex with your slave is not grape because it's nikah, because it's done within an Islamic framework. So because it's Sharia, because it's within the framework of Sharia, then they don't call it grape. We call it grape. And forcefully having sex with your wife, we call it grape. They don't call it grape. having sexual relationship with children. We call it grape. They don't call it grape. So they act like they're anti-grape, but based on our definition of what grape is, they are actually endorsing it. And actually, yeah. Let me actually see. We got a super chat. Where is this? Okay. VD is saying Allah Hu Akbar sounds like Allah is a mouse in Hebrew, which is fitting given Allah's complex. I don't think it's fitting at all. What do you have against mice? Mice are beautiful little animals. They're adorable. They're cute. Allah is evil. Okay, please do not insult mice on this channel. Okay, we're not an anti-mice channel here. Okay, but thank you for the super chat. Let me actually see. Oh, there's some. Armin is. Yeah, just I don't know what this means. Okay, so no, if you guys telling me that Armin, you're wrong about Christianity, it's because you do not understand Christianity. What I'm saying is based on a scholarly understanding of Christianity. I have studied this enough to know that this is what Christianity teaches. All sins are forgiven or through Jesus Christ. If you believe in Jesus, the entry to the kingdom of heaven is through accepting Jesus Christ. The Bible is very clear about this. So if you think like, oh no, this Christian group doesn't believe that, or that Christian group doesn't believe that, it doesn't matter. The Bible is very clear on this topic. Very clear on this topic. In fact, it's one of the few things that is absolutely clear on it. Swarm is saying the religion is not the problem. The people are. I don't agree with that. The religion is the problem as well. Bad ideas are the problem. It's like saying common. What do you mean is the religion is not the problem? The way that the people become the problem is through the bad ideas. So the religion is the problem. The bad ideas, bad behavior comes from a bad understanding of what is good to do. So the religion is the problem. The people are, if the people are the problem, it's because they have wrong ideas. Seb also saying, Armin, what is it? What you say is wrong. When I was Muslim, I was told no Muslim will go to hell since it is impossible to exit hell once in it. No, Seb, you are wrong. It's so interesting that you think that because you were told something, that would make it the correct position of Islam. Are you Islam? Are you the Quran? Are you the Hadith? Like the people, who told you that? Was it the Prophet himself that told you that? Were you friends with the Prophet? Are you the Sahaba? Like, oh, I was told this, so this is Islamic teaching. Wow, I didn't know you were close friends to Muhammad himself. I didn't know the Sahaba lived until this time. What is this logic? Because somebody told you something, this becomes Islam? Dr. Armin, you deceive people what Christianity is. Well, then go look at Islamic. Go read the Bible. Go read the Bible. I've read the Bible many times, and I've read commentary on it. I've read scholarly commentary on it. I read Christian commentary on it. You are telling me that Christianity doesn't teach you that all sins are forgiven through Jesus. You are, and you think you understand Christianity. This is the most foundational part of Christianity. This is the most basic. If you guys you have no idea how, I mean, actually, this is a good thing. This is a good thing because modernity and liberalism has become so successful that the teachings of Judaism, Christianity, and Hinduism, they have to pretend that they are not violating liberal values to stay relevant. This shows how successful liberalism is. That you guys have to pretend that the clear teachings of your religion actually say something else. This is the most clearest part of the teachings of Christianity. The same science that says women can be men and men can be women. Well, that part is not science. That part is social contracts and social understanding and the way that we use language. That's what you guys could disagree over that. It's amazing how you're taking an anti-science. What you're referring to is basically an agreement that we could have in society, whether or not we want to or we don't want to use language in certain ways, right? But the science that I'm referring to, that I celebrate, is the science that you do not appreciate, even though you're enjoying the clean water that it's giving you, the healthcare that it's giving you, the food that it's bringing you, the stability that it's bringing you, the technology that it's bringing you, the longer lifespan that it's giving you, all of that, right? All of that. You ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. So it's like, oh yeah, the science that says men could be women. No, motherfucker. The science that keeps you alive, you ungrateful piece of shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable ungrateful people. Oh wait. Somebody in the live chat, Wishmaster with the $5 super chat is saying, thank you for not folding to the Christian hypocrites like Apostate Prophet for dollars. I don't think Apostate Prophet is doing that for dollars. I think he's doing that okay, so that is unfair. That is really unfair to the Apostate Prophet. I know I disagree with Apostate Prophet over his views on Christianity and Judaism. I disagree with him, and I'm not going to take back my disagreements. But I do believe that he's genuine in what he's saying. And I think I know that he's genuine in what he's saying. Like, even if I disagree with Apostate Prophet, it's not because he has his positions for money. And I know that because when everybody was attacking us, Atheist Republic, for going against Hinduism, even though many of Apostate Prophet's patrons were Hindus, many of his subscribers were Hindus because they loved his anti-Islamic position. When Atheist Republic, when Susanna and I were being attacked and targeted, legally attacked, they sent police after our supporters in India. Me and Susanna have 5 police reports against us in India. Okay, they came after our family. They came after my brothers. They made deep fake porn of my dead mother and send it to my brothers in such a way that my brother was calling me, begging me to make it stop somehow. They went after female children in my family. Like, I've never in my entire life received this much hate and attack. That was the only point in my life that I got close to quitting, when we got so much Hindus attacking this channel, and me and my family, and Susanna. The way that they treated Susanna got me this close to quitting. After more than a decade of activism, I've never gotten to the point of backing down. That was the time that I almost backed down, decided maybe I should stop blaspheming Hindu gods. But the last minute I decided to double down, because I thought I don't negotiate with terrorists. Because if you back down, it means that they won. It means that this works. I doubled down, and I now see that doubling down was the correct strategy, right? And Apostate Prophet, even though many of his followers and many of his patrons were Hindus, he came out in our defense, and he started defending us, and he lost a shit ton of money because of that. And he knew he would, but he did it anyways. So I know that even if I disagree with Apostate Prophet on his position on Christianity or Judaism, I know that he's genuine in what he believes. He's not defending those positions because of money. All right. Anything else? Okay, yeah, here. Doll is saying, are we still monetized? Can we say Yahtzee instead of not? Yeah, maybe I should say Yahtzee instead of Nazi. Yeah, it's too late. But yeah, you're right, Dolly. The cat lady saying, but Armin, we do not have much better things to fill the place of religion. I haven't found, but I cannot believe in religion because I never did, and I live with it. But what is the another ideology? The best replacement for, so what does religion offer that a lot of people want it, even though it doesn't make any sense? Okay, so religion has a lot of horrible baggage that comes with it. By the way, this is the last comment that I'm going to be reading. Oh wait, no, actually 2 more comments I need to read. Okay, so religion, the main utility that it has, even though it comes with a lot of toxic teachings, a lot of wrong beliefs, the main utility it has for people that it gives them a sense of membership, it gives them a sense of identity, it gives them a sense of awe, it gives them a sense of importance and significance, and it gives them comfort, right? So we need to, when it comes to identity and membership, the best modern thing that we have is nationalism. This is membership and identity that is in line with something that is productive to society. Nationalism is the best competitor to religion. And that's why on this channel, we try to highlight national identities over religious identities. And even if we can't make Muslims into ex-Muslims, for example, like sometimes we're successful, but we're trying to, for example, Israel has become more recently very successful in making Israeli Muslims feel like they're Israeli. We would want like Jewish Israeli to think about their Israeli identity above their Jewish identity. And we would want the Israeli Muslims to more and more think of themselves as Israeli before they think themselves as Muslims. Again, we cannot always wish for people leaving their religion, but we would like the national identity to be above their ethnic or religious identity. We want that to be bolder. We want that to be more important. For example, in Iran, us liberal activists are trying to make the Iranian identity to be more important than the Persian identity, for example. Nationality is a modern introduction concept that is introduced by the liberal republicanism, that and nationalism is basically the modern alternative to that membership card and the identity card that religion gives you, and it's so superior, and it doesn't come with a lot of insane teachings. Like, it doesn't have to, right? When it comes to those other feelings, a sense of awe, a sense of importance, I will, stay with this channel. I will tell you what are the better alternatives to that. But at least when it comes to those 2 utilities, nationalism is the best alternative. And let me just read these 2 and then go. Swerim is saying, in what countries they still marry 9-year-old girls? In Yemen, for example. I don't know. I don't have a list, but I know in Yemen it was the case, at least up until recently. In Iran, I think they increased it from 9 to 13. I'm not sure. I have to go check it. Alfred, did they recently increase age of marriage for girls from 9 to 13 or 12, I think, in Iran? I don't remember. But when I was in Iran, it was 9. Jerusalem Jim is saying, Armin, do you think you can know on God's level what's good and just? How arrogant. Yeah, I mean, you're right. If there is a God, if there are any gods, then it would be quite arrogant for me to think like I would know more than gods. But the question on whether or not there isn't a God, that's the question, right? That's the question that we have addressed here many times in this channel. Let me know if you want me to address that question again here. Oh, so Alfred is saying apparently they still marry 9-year-olds in Iran, but it's rare. It's in central provinces, but it is rare. It's among more religious people. It is seen as something disgusting by the rest of the population, though. Anyways, guys, I stayed longer than I should have. Let me know if you enjoyed. Make sure in the comments you give me feedback. You tell me what I'm wrong about, what I'm correct about. Let me know that you appreciate me. I really like that. I enjoy that. when you tell me that Armin, this channel is doing good work, that gives me a lot of energy and motivation. Okay, so do that. Okay, but also give me criticism, and like the stream, and yeah, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you're watching us somewhere else, search for Atheist Republic on YouTube and subscribe to Atheist Republic on YouTube, and recommend this channel to as many people as you can. I'm going to go get ready for my Persian show. We have a Persian channel, which is a sister of this channel, so called Jumhuriye Bi Khudayan, and I'm going to go do a show there. It's mostly for an audience, mostly Iranian audience, right? So yeah, I'm going to go get ready for that. Till next stream, stay liberal.